Hello, and welcome to Yoga with Michelle. So I got a few requests for some different tutorials, and this one is one that I got a request for. It is called Fish Pose. Now I will be using a block for the most modified variation. If you don't have a block at home, no worries. You could always use a pillow or a thick book, and you'll be good to go. Now the benefits of Fish Pose is it's a great heart opener. In the gentle poses, it is more of a restorative heart opener, as well as can be a great stretch for the thoracic or your mid-spine. More advanced options of Fish Pose can be strengtheners for the core and the back, as well as a heart opening. So I'll be taking you through a few different variations of Fish Pose. Take your time, feel free to pause the video and practice the different variations until you feel comfortable to move on to the next level. So for this one, we're going to do Fish Pose with our block. So we're going to start it at the lowest level and place it lengthwise about a third to a fourth of the way down your mat. Now this might take a little bit of practice getting adjusted to where you want the block to feel comfortable, but ideally you want your shoulder blades to kind of hug the block, and then the bottom of the block just kind of rests there on your thoracic spine. Now my head is touching the ground. That feels fine for me. If that's not okay for your head, neck, and shoulders, just place a pillow. Now for this variation, really anything with the legs is fine. So you can have the feet to the floor, the legs long along the floor. You can have Baddha Konasana or Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. And you can just relax here for 5 to 10 breaths. If you really want to open through the chest, or open through the neck, just tilt the head back. And that's a nice gentle throat opener and throat stretch as well. So there is the easiest form of Fish Pose. If you want to take it up, you just flip your block to the second level and you do the same thing. So your shoulder blades are going to hug the block. Might need to adjust. Again, your feet can be bent. Relax the head back, arms out. Your legs can be long. This might be a little more gentle. You could also place a pillow or cushion or a bolster underneath the knees to give a little bit more support here. Again, Supta Baddha Konasana is also a great option, so where you're getting an added benefit of a hip opener as well. So those are the first two basic, more restorative Fish Pose variations. So now we're done with the block. We're not going to use it anymore. The most common Fish Pose that you'll probably see in yoga classes is the one that we are about to do. Your legs are long. You come down on to your elbows and you pop the chest up and lean the head back. So this, I also feel it stretching through my shoulders as well as stretching through my chest and through my throat. You could also lie all the way down on your back, bring your hands underneath your hips, bend your elbows, and then lift the head up and back. So maybe the head touches the ground, maybe the head lifts up. Really, I try to look for benefits of the head on the ground or the head lifted. Honestly, the head lifted is just a little bit more work on the head, neck, and shoulders. So the head can always be tilted back. So that is the most common form of Fish Pose. So far, I've shown you 4 variations in a very short time. So again, feel free to pause and practice those. And the next variations I will show you are most commonly seen in the Ashtanga yoga practice. And there's a few different variations to get into as well. So the first one, I don't want to say it's harder, but it is a little bit because you have your full lotus with your legs. So let's start with our full lotus. Bring your right foot into your left hip crease and then your left foot into your right hip crease. And we're going to turn around. So we're going to lie back. Our legs are going to be lifted. We can start with the elbows on the ground, top of the head to the mat, and then eventually you release the arm. So this is one of those variations where I said you feel it more of a strengthener in your core. Now you can stay here, and if you don't have a half lotus option, you could always lift the legs. This is a little bit deeper into those hip flexors, into the core, and into the low back. So think I've shown you 3 variations of fish pose. Feel free to incorporate any of these into your yoga practice. Again, it's a really great heart opener, great stretch for the shoulders. I like to incorporate kind of a variety in my classes that I teach, as well as the yoga that I practice. The restorative one with the block is really great to just relax and deeply stretch and open the thoracic spine, especially after a long week. So please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other tutorials you would like to see. I hope you have a great day.